Today is January 6, 2024. Today is a little bit cold. Morning low -3 degrees Celsius, afternoon high 5 degrees Celsius. I'm standing at the entrance of Sejong village or Western village. This village is located between the western side of Gyeongbokgung Palace and Mount Inwa. That's why this village is called Western Village. This village is called Sejong Village because King Sejong, the first king of Joseon Dynasty, was born here. That's why this village is called Sejong Village. This village has an awesome landscape from all the times. Many artists and writers lived here during Joseon Dynasty and in the modern time of Korea. Today I am going to walk around this village and stop by the famous artists and writers' places. This is the site of a natural monument. 600 years old lace bark tree in Tonghi-dong. Original old lace bark fan tree fell down and disappeared. Now, 3 young lace bark tree from the old seed of lace bark tree is growing up now. In the 19th centuries, there was the old residence of Chusa Kim Jong-il. He was one of the most famous choreographers during Joseon Dynasty. Chusa Kim Jong-il is well known for his unique original choreographic style called Chusache. This area is well known for the residence of King Yeongjo, 21st king of Joseon Dynasty. This residence is called Changgi-gung Palace. He lived here before he became the 21st king of Joseon Dynasty. This is the birthplace of Sejong, who was one of the most famous choreographers during Joseon Dynasty. He was born here and grown up. His residence was called Ingok-gyeongsa. He is well known for establishing his own original Korean landscape painting called Jingyeong-sansuwa, meaning true real view landscaping painting. The road is called Gyeomjaegil, which is his pen name. This road was named after his pen name to commemorate his artistic famous accomplishment. His house was located on the lower eastern hillside of Mount Inwa. That's why he drew a lot of painting against the background of Mount Inwa. One of them was called Inwang Jaesekdo, the scene of Mount Inang after rain, which was designated as the Korean national treasure. This is Susongdong Valley, which is located on the eastern hillside of Mount Inwa. Place is well known for one of the most beautiful places on the Mount Inwa. This is a painting called Susongdong, which was drawn by Sejong in mid-18th centuries during Joseon Dynasty. There is a bridge as the same bridge of the painting 300 years ago. This Susongdong Valley has a good landscape. That's why there was a royal residence called Bihedang, built by Ampyeong-daegon, the third prince of King Sejong. This is the site of the Yun Dong-ju's boarding house. Yun Dong-ju was lodging in this house in 1941 when he was attending the Yonsei University. Yun Dongju was one of the most famous poets and independence movement activists during Japanese colonial era. He wrote lots of poems on the topic of Korean independence. He went to Japan in 1942 to study English literature. He was staying in Japan in 1943. He joined the Korean independence movement and he was arrested. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison. He was dead in prison in Japan in 1945. He was honored on the Korean school textbook with his famous poems. This is Bangno-su Art Museum. Bangno-su lived here from 1970s until 2010. Bangno-su is one of the most famous Korean landscape painting in Korean contemporary times. This is one of his paintings called Mountains. His paintings are characteristic of concise and bold stroke and vivid colors. It's said that his paintings show us the perfect harmony between tradition and modernity. He donated his old works, about 500 paintings, and his house. This house is also well known for one of the representative modern style houses in 1930s. Now this house is run as the state-run Bangno-su Art Museum with the exhibition of his old works. This is the Changjeon Isangbom's house. Changjeon Isangbom was one of the most famous Korean landscape painter in early and mid 20th centuries in Korean history. This is his main living house. Several his works are exhibited inside of the house. He was recognized as the developer and establishing Korean landscape painting called Jingyang Sansuhwa, true view landscaping inherited from Gyeomjae Jongsan. He has taught many Korean famous painters such as Namjang Ngnu-su and Baerum and so on. He was fired from the Donga Daily newspaper because of involvement of removing Japan's national flag on the running tunic of Song Gi-jong, who won the gold medal in the marathon race. He was also in the dark side of his life. On the last time of Japan's colonial eras, he was in the side of Japan's colonialist. He drew paintings to praise Japan's colonialist. That's why he was criticized by the people after Korean liberation. This is the writer Isang's house. In 1930s, in Korean modern times, grew up here until at the age of 20s. One of the most famous Korean novelists in 1930s. In particular, he developed and established Korean surrealism literature. He was the frontier of Korean surrealism literature in 1930s.